The challenges that we face as a multinational company trying to have offenders prosecuted in other parts of the world. It certainly increases the processes that law enforcement and companies that have an interest in prosecuting people have to follow. The whole environment in which we live is changing. And what I find, unfortunately, is a lot of companies, not just here in Australia but globally, are ill-equipped to actually keep up with this change. In my region of Asia Pacific, we've got China, we've got India, we've got Sri Lanka, we've got Bangladesh, we've got countries there that are very populous. We're going to be opening up our systems, and I know that eBay and PayPal, we have mobile phone applications. So we're opening up our systems to a whole new multitude of users. We would be naive as a company and probably naive as a country to believe that out of those millions and millions of new users coming onto the internet, that some of them are not going to be responsible for wrongdoing. So we've got to be prepared, not just as a company, but prepared as a nation. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the crimes associated with, I suppose, the two areas of most concern. What we find is a common vehicle scam that the Romanians will run online is that they will cut and paste or save an image from a legitimate website. Sometimes it's eBay going on to another online sales platform, or sometimes the image is taken from another online sales platform and posted on eBay. So what they do is they say, before bidding, contact me at this email address. And when you contact them at that email address, obviously they're harvesting your interest and your contact details. So that when we end the listing, they can go out and contact you direct off the eBay platform and say, eBay suspended my account, I forgot to renew or forgot to update my credit card, oversight on my part, eBay's been really unfair about it, they've suspended me, but I'd still like to go through with the sale of the car if you're interested. So the car is usually priced about 50% of its true value. Then they send out the fake or the spoofed eBay messaging, and it doesn't originate from us at all. They say, we're going to do it for eBay because eBay will give you $20,000 peace of mind that if the vehicle doesn't arrive within a set time, you'll receive it. And they put live help links on their emails. When you click on it, you're not talking to eBay Live Help, you're talking to the crooks. Another thing that we often see on the internet is the Nigerian tariff scam. And this is basically when, say, an Australian lists an item on eBay, it's bid on and won by a West African. The West African actually pays for it in a bona fide matter. He sends his $400 over and pays for the camera. It's all legitimate. The seller sends the camera to West Africa, and then they receive an email supposedly coming from the Nigerian customs. So they ask you for another $1,000. So that's the way the advance fee works. Pay a little bit on top of a little bit until you dig yourself into such a hole that you feel there's no other way for you to get out of that hole except to throw more money at it. People do fall for it, unfortunately, and then there's a different variation on that where the email comes from Nigerian police. The elderly and the regional Australians do fall for it. I had the opportunity to travel to Nigeria a couple of years ago, and some of the stuff that the Nigerian operatives showed me of what the Nigerian fraudsters, who they target, is astounding. They are not frightened of who they target. They were selling make-believe chemicals to Sudanese. Obviously had in mind terrorism. Overpayment scam, very simple. They do this by telephone as well. By telephone they just ring up and book a hotel room for 20 people, pay by compromised credit card, pay the deposit by compromised credit card. Then they cancel the booking and say, listen, the credit card or somebody else says, can you return the funds to this account? Considerations that obviously we have to take into, there's the cost of the prosecution, the likelihood of success, the ability to support the prosecution to conclusion.